Do you know what a joint command unit vehicle does? And why do the police and fire service have one? And what's it about? Why do they need it? Well, I've come down to Northamptonshire Police Fire and Rescue Unit to look at this baby behind us. Look at the size of the thing, it's huge! To know more about this vehicle, and it's a Scania, is Matt, my mate Matt from the Joint Cooperation Unit Vehicle Distress Team.
Yes,
is that right?
That's the one.
So you are part of the Joint Command Unit?
Yeah, the Joint Operations Team.
Right. Tell us what that does then, because we are here at the fire building and the police is just over the way. So tell us how both have become one and what it's used for.
Yeah, so here in Northamptonshire we operate a Joint Operations Team, and that is police and fire, so we sit within the same buildings, we sit and operate our commanders together and our resources together to assess risk and better protect the public.
Yeah.
Part of that is a joint vehicle, which is our Joint Command Unit, which is partly owned by police, partly owned by fire, and we operate out of a fire station because of the size of it. However, police can drive it and so can fire. We both operate it jointly and we'll operate it for each other's incidents.
Yeah.
So I'll operate it for a fire incident and fire might come and operate it for a police-led incident.
There's going to be a lot of people out there in Morning Land, Keyboard Warrior Land and Expert Land that know nothing about what you do, nothing about what this does and nothing about the bigger picture in general. Okay? First thing that's going to be, what a waste of money, why do the police need this? This is a fantastic and well-used piece of kit. We've been talking beforehand, just tell us about what it's used for at Silverstone.
So we use this at Silverstone, which is the biggest sporting event, certainly within the UK for motorsport, and we use that to bring our commanders together, both police, fire, and even we bring ambulance on board at that event due to the size of it, and that allows all the commanders to sit together, co-locate and share their risk information and their intelligence so that we provide a better service and we're not all doing our own separate things. And that's come out of several inquiries, as you'll find out, from Manchester and London, etc., that the commanders weren't co-located, they weren't joined up in their risk principles, and that's what this unit really brings together, is assessing all of that risk and then managing it out straight to the public. Because
you could have hundreds of thousands of people in one location. We've got helicopters, we've got traffic, we've got neighbourhoods policing, and we've got everything that goes on with that. Plus we've got the internal structure, what's happening at Silverstone. Then we've got fire and all the risks that fire have to look at and deal with. Then we might have the heart paramedic team, which are the
hazardous area response team.
Oh, I was going to say that. I did know what it was, but I forgot. So hazardous area response team. They're the elite of the paramedics. Everyone's got to come to one hub because the information can be lost. It can be not on real time, and those are vital seconds that save people's lives.
Yeah, absolutely. And the technology on here allows us to bring in other information so that everybody can make that decision without standing over the bonnet of a car and have drones, helicopters, internet access readily available. At such a busy event, you won't get a signal on your phone.
Yeah.
And this is where that allows commanders to have those options.
You are a driver of this vehicle?
Yeah, I drive this vehicle, so my licence was sponsored by the police to drive it, so that we've got some capabilities. It's not a standard vehicle that you'd find.
What's it like to drive?
So it is very comfortable.
Right.
It is de-restricted, so that does mean that over average...
Whoa. Let's rewind that. So I asked this question to officers all over the UK, okay? I'm going to ask you for the public out there. Matt, is this vehicle chipped, remapped, de-restricted? Have you done anything to make this vehicle faster?
So it is de-restricted, doesn't have a limiter on it. However, it is driven within the speed limits of HGVs.
Of course.
Because there is no reason to respond in it. Up until a certain point, we might use the lights to get through traffic if we've got stuck in a point responding to an incident. But generically, it will remain at a normal road speed.
It's only de-restricted for police issue reasons or fire issue reasons. It's not de-restricted to ride around fast. And as we've been saying, it's not a vehicle you technically respond in. So it's not something you see going sideways round a roundabout, try and get there. This is something that's pre-planned and it'll get there as and when. However, it has been, when we say downtime, when it is on downtime, which is quite rare, it can be used for escort training as well. So when I walk motorcycle escort, you've got to do a certain amount of training with heavy goods vehicles and things like that. It can be used for training, can't it?
Yeah, so we take it out for our abnormal load training, motorcycle training, so our driver training unit make use of it when it isn't needed at an incident. Like you say, it does do pre-planned jobs, it does spontaneous jobs as well. If we get a major incident declared, we'll tip this straight out and take that to the scene so that the commanders can make use of it.
Yeah, And so for people, again, that don't know out there, upload training and VIP, so like Vipex training or anything you're using for heavy goods vehicles, all works at the same speed. They're all slow speed escorts. They never really get over 25 miles an hour. It's just so the lights are on and you might have a convoy of 15 trucks, as in like you're escorting people out of a football stadium and you've got a load of coaches. So it's just about making sure you can escort these vehicles right and you're not going to cause any injury or anything else. So it's not used to go fast or anything like that.
Absolutely not. It is very slow speed. I was out assisting driver training unit the other day and it was very slow speed, but it does allow them valuable experience of using a heavy goods vehicle rather than using a van to simulate a heavy goods vehicle, as they obviously provide their own challenges in size and shape.
Do you ever drive past a load of kids at the side of the road and go, hot, hot?
So we do get quite a bit of interest in it. There's always the lights, there's always the horns, and most importantly, people want the sirens on it because they don't hear many HGVs with sirens.
Right, okay. Right, so what we're going to do, we've got us cameraman there, we're going to have a bit of a walk around before we take you inside. So just from my point of view here, if you want to come down to us, Tom, a little bit, so just go through a bit of what you see at the front of the truck, because it's got its full blue lights and sirens.
So it's got full emergency lighting, it has got a siren. Again, that's when you get to your town centre areas, you've got your traffic backed up and you can't get to where the incident is to set up the command. So the siren just give you that ability to make progress through those. It would always be at slow speed for that. Because
so we're not responding now.
We're not
so people out there, we're not responding.
In the sense of doing 80, 90 mile an hour, that's not the case. This would be, you're stuck and you're doing 5 mile an hour to get through those vehicles so that you can actually deal with the incident.
Plus, it's a big vehicle and it needs to say, look, I'm here.
Yeah.
And I might be edging out on the wrong side of the road, or I might be edging out somewhere. Please look at me, I've got my lights and sirens.
Yeah, access to things might be the wrong way. It might be a closed road, but you still need to go against the flow of traffic. So you're going to have your lights on just as that safety point, just to make sure that people can see that you're coming and that you're doing something unusual.
Right. So take us through, obviously, what's going to be the first point when we go up the stairs here? What's in?
So you go straight up the stairs, straight into the sort of setup room and the networking area where we have all the technology and all the kit that makes the command centre actually work as a command centre.
So what's it got in it? It's got 3 hubs, hasn't it? It's got your first point when you come in. It's got a command, so like a section inside. The
second point is the operator's area, so you have a dual operator area where you've got a police side and a fire side. We can put other agencies in there, it's just generally staffed as police.
Do you sort of like look over each other and like...
So we do have a window that we can close. We close that off if we don't want to talk to them, and we have mood lighting for red and blue to make sure that we're on the right team. Right.
So tell us about mood lighting. Why do you have mood lighting as well?
So the mood lighting generally dictates which officers are on which side.
Yep.
And in the command room, you can use it to dictate which service
is in charge.
Yeah. It's just that easy reference. If you come on as an outside agency, you're not quite sure who's who. It just gives you a reference point. And I think it was just a Gucci feature they added onto it.
Yeah. Plus, it helps out with your eyes as well when you come out of a dark setting and you've got a non-white light. It's known that when you do come out, your pupils obviously don't dilate as much. So when you get in and it's red, you know that fire service are in charge. When you get in, it's blue, you know that police are in charge. And when you get in, it's yellow, you know that batteries have gone out and it's all gone wrong. So come down the vehicle. So the sides as well, we've filmed the sides coming out. How much extra space does it give us? So, not us. I don't use it. People will moan about me now.
Both sides of the vehicle expand, and that effectively will double the size of the command centre.
Yep.
That gives you the table in the middle, and then seated around the edge. So it gives you a bit more space to put these people in, especially if they're wearing kit.
So I've got the facts on here, because I'm not right good at remembering. So apparently, it's based on a 26-ton Scania chassis. It is 10.5 metres long, 3.8 metres high, and 2.5 metres wide.
That's when it's collapsed.
That's when it's collapsed, not when it's all set up.
Absolutely.
So these obviously make it as a good footprint, but we've seen you've got to put legs down.
Yeah, so the legs are there for stability. They support the chassis. Even the suspension is lowered to make sure that it levels out and that everything's centred, so that we don't, if you get excess weight on one side, don't risk damaging. It's more about damaging the vehicle. You'd struggle to tip it, but the issue is around snapping welds and the joints that make this vehicle move would be damaged.
Yeah, fully understand that. I take it this is for external briefings and things like that?
Yeah, so a classic example of this is Silverstone, or large-scale briefings. We use the screen and the canopy, especially when it's raining, for outside briefings of large amounts of officers. You can have your commander either stood on the balcony part of the stairs or stood down here, and you can brief. We've briefed up to 50, 60 people or more from this. we've got 2 screens, we've got one either side, so we can operate dual briefings if there is a need for that. But this allows a lot of people to be briefed simultaneously, and then the commander to be able to go straight back to the command centre without having to move away or drive in from the silver control room at headquarters.
That's a CCTV camera, 360?
Yeah, 360, fully remote controllable, incredible zoom. That is used for situational awareness, depending on where we're parked up, either to monitor the security of the site or to actually monitor the incident, depending on what it is.
Right, Matt, take us through inside of the truck. First of all, what's the screen and the red thing at the top of the I'm going to say head unit?
So most importantly, we've got the height of the vehicle. As you know, we don't want to be hitting any low bridges. That certainly would earn me a cake fine. The screen is our rear view camera that you pointed out at the back earlier on. So that means that I can see where we are reversing, and it gives me a few other views from around the vehicle as well.
Can you just take us through obviously the display, the buttons? I can see the screen, the internal screen. Is that for a fire? And obviously your blue light, sirens and everything else?
Yes, we have all the standard controls for blue lights, for scene lighting, for the batteries and electrical items that we use to run the back of the truck. And then we have the fire MDTs, phones that they use for the management of their incidents on top. We do have a sat-nav, which is standard.
Fantastic, Matt. Are you all right to show us in the back of the vehicle then?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, come on, climb out. Climb. It's climbing out, people. It's climbing out. Right, come with me, Tom. We're going to go inside. However, I just want to point out this to you. This is called NEMO, Northamptonshire Emergency Mobile Operations. It's been named by a local school, so well done to them. Joint Command Unit Operations 1. And as we go through, I'll show you what it's about. We are in the Joint Operations vehicle. So we're going to explain all this in a few seconds, but we're back with Matt. Matt, so tell us about what this room's used for. We are directly in the back of the truck, aren't we?
Yeah, this is the room at the back. This is where the pods are that expand, so it gives us this extra space, extra seating. And this is where you'll find all of the commanders, all of the tactical advisors, and anybody that really is pertinent to those decisions that are being made.
When I were in the police, we had all these internal systems, so you could get anything from your normal works emails, all the stuff that's happening on the Intel. You could get to all the systems like Niche or the intelligence systems. I take it, even though you stand alone, this still holds those systems.
So the systems are available on here. The computers are used to connect into the systems. They aren't based on here.
Right.
That's just for data security.
Yeah, I fully understand.
We can bring that information in and have access to any of the police systems on this vehicle. All of the screens within here are able to have anything displayed on them. We just swap around, whether it be a computer, a laptop feed, the cameras, the external cameras like helicopter, etc. We will put on whatever the commander needs to make those decisions.
Yeah. And in regards to that, then you can see the outside CCTV camera. Can we have a look at that? Can that be moved at the moment?
Yeah, that can be moved from the ops room. So
yeah.
The commander's sitting here, and then the operators will sit back there, and we can move the cameras and operate all the screens.
Tell us about the walls as well, because that's just an interesting feature. You've told us about every single wall that's in here.
So all the walls are whiteboards, and they're frequently used for that fast-time information, contact numbers, key risks or hazards, planning. We can blue tap things to them without damaging any paintwork. We've got the ability to put anything we need to, or anything anybody else wants to, put on there.
So basically, whenever something's happening there and then, you've got a pen, you scribble it. Have you got a piece of paper? They might be all be busy. Just write up more.
Yeah, it keeps it central, keeps it in place. No one's shuffling papers. No one's losing them as people come in and out. It's all in one place.
So tell us about operating room we're in now. Then I can see a few gadgets. You've got a rear matrix.
So they're not quite rear matrices. We have one on either side. So they're side matrices.
Right.
And we use those for various statuses. We have like jet briefing points, police command, fire command, or drone. It's more about identifying what the truck is doing at that time,
yeah,
or that it's not available, just so that anybody who's outside doesn't have to come up, find out it's not the right place to be, and then wander off again.
Yeah.
So it's more about the incident once it's set up. We never use them or drive in, hence why the command is in here and not in the cab, as it would be for regular vehicles.
So inside here then, would you say they are Intel officers? Are they?
So they'll be operators like myself. We more do the logistics of running the vehicle, making the screens have what the commanders want, running about. Intel could sit in here, but this is more about the risk and managing what's on the vehicle, who's in it, and recording of meetings, controlling the cameras, and that sort of. So it's operating the vehicle rather than the incident.
Yeah. Phone line external?
Yeah, so phone lines, with external access. Fire radio is on this side because they have different radio channels, so they will operate a radio within here, whereas we will operate it as standard on our handsets.
That's the biggest mobile phone I've ever seen. Right, show us how would you operate the screen now for the CCTV camera? Would you do that in here now?
So that joystick right there, feel free to...
Can I have a twiddle?
Have a twiddle.
I'm having a twiddle, people. So... That's... Whoa, that's sensitive! Whoa. Yeah, that's very sensitive, isn't it? So I take it there you've got the thermal bit on the side as well?
Yeah, so the thermal camera is a direct replication of the main screen. The bars around the edge, which all show disconnected cameras, are for the handheld thermals, for the drone, and for the remote camera. So when those connect, all of those screens around the side will light up with camera footage.
Right, so how do I zoom in?
So if you twist,
So
twist the joystick.
this is my car there. You can't actually see it, you can see a white blob. And then we're twisting, stand by. Stand by, I'm twisting.
Twist the other way.
Let's go across. And we're twisting in. Let's go across. Oh, there we go. And there's my registration. There's no point hiding it because everyone knows what it is now. Oh, it's so hard to use this. Anyway, I'll give up. That's how good it is, but it's very clear, is that in it?
Yeah, it will zoom a lot further.
Yeah.
So it's a really good camera for... This truck is never going to be parked directly in front of the incident.
Yeah.
It's not designed to be that post. It is
Pointing
designed to
there
be
and then.
further back, so you might need to zoom in if you've got line of sight. If you haven't, we'll use one of the other means to make sure that we can see the incident.
And what are these here for?
So
Are they just external?
USBs, these are just purely for the keyboards so that we can operate.
Right.
We have 5 computers on here, and the keyboard's linked to each computer, and like I said before, we can have different computers on different screens, or one computer on every screen, depending on the needs of the incident. So the keyboards are just purely for the different controls.
Best job you've ever done?
Maybe.
Alright. Best job you've ever been to?
Best I've ever been to, as in this.
Yeah.
We've done the ones I've personally done, the flooding evacuations and CBRN warrants.
Yeah.
So that is a massive multi-agency approach due to the risk of chemicals, etc. And bringing everybody together and using this for its main ability to manage that risk and have everything in the same place is certainly one of the best jobs this has been used for.
Yeah, and it's a fantastic piece of kit, isn't it? It's definitely worthwhile, and thank you to you, Northamptonshire Police and Northamptonshire Fire and Rescue, for showing us it all now. If you want to know any more questions, please put in the comments down below. If you like videos like this, please like, subscribe and follow, and we'll see you next time for some more videos. Take care, see you then.